I can no longer claim that this is my deck idea, but since I invented it and since I've been playing it, I've seen loads of people playing it on the ladder, and I hope you do give this one a try. It is such good fun.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Show on the Buffalo video. Hope you've all been well. And today we are covering a deck that I have seen on the ladder after I'd like to think I was the very first person to play it. And it is based off a deck that used to exist, which was the Ho-Oh trio. The Ho-Oh and then the Legendary Bird trios that you'd Ninja Boy into that. But this is a little bit more of a toolbox sort of variant of that sort of deck, and it's massively fun. It is a very high roll deck. Like if you prize certain things, and as there's only a couple of copies of each energy, if you prize like a whole copy of the energies, you can get in a really stuck position. But it's part of the fun of playing this deck, that, you know, getting caught out sometimes and just making the most of a bad situation is what makes this deck come alive and what makes it so fun. So I've dubbed it the Turbo Skittles deck because, or the TasteTheRainbow.Dek, because it is literally all of the rainbow in regards to attackers, where we have the Rainbow Bird himself, which is Ho-Oh, and we also have the amazing rares of Zamazenta, Raikou, Zacian, and Rayquaza. Although, you know, the complete package would include Jirachi, and I don't know if we're going to find any space when the next amazing rares come along. But we do also have a different list for that format as well, due to the fact that this beautiful card, this beautiful card will be banned in the expanded format, and about time, I've got to admit, because, you know, especially since Scoop Up Net came around, it was a bit of a ridiculous card that was leading to over the top combos, as it were. So we have a little bit of all different sort of we can hit for all different types of weakness. The main one being that ADP flies around the format, of course, and due to that, the Clefairy, if our opponent doesn't get a Big Charm or a Fighting Fury Belt on their ADP, can take an immediate knockout after they've altered creation due to the Metronome attack copying their Ultimate Ray. So that's part of the allure of this deck, that you've got something for every situation. This amazing rare Raikou is insane against the Ultra Necrozma Garbodor matchup, because they're all one prize card attackers. But the quicker you can clear their board, because you're hitting their bench as well, and you're also clearing effectively, or hopefully, their potential to have ability lock on you as well. You're taking that off the board. It makes her an insane attacker against that deck. Ho-Oh, obviously being a fire type, can hit for a fair amount, and because you have so many different types of energy in here, you can actually get quite a beefy Ho-Oh. So, good old turkey, dealing the damage at Christmas. And then we have our fighting types to give Dark a rough time. But this, despite it being Psychic weak, also gives Dragapult VMAX a rough time, because they are forced to just shred this rather than use their usual attack, which would be Max Phantom. So, yeah, very interesting, and it prevents all damage done to that Pokemon by attacks. They hit through it, but they're forced to use Shred because of that, because that effect on the attack. And then we obviously have our big hitters for the VMAX matchups in the amazing Sword from Zacian and the amazing Burst from Rayquaza, and then also obviously Clefairy can copy opponents' VMAX attacks. So for the trainers, a whole lot of items in this deck, because it's quite the turbo sort of deck that you need to blitz through to be able to get the Ho-Ohs into the discard, revive them, and Ninja Boy into your preferred attacker at the time. So for Battle Compressor and a Dowser Machine, I feel personally like I prefer a Dowser Machine in this deck, because it helps for recovery purposes. Because it's such a high rolling deck, you do need to actually play Pokecom in this deck, because when you draw into your attackers, you can't Ninja Boy into them, so you need to flip them back into the deck, and if your Pokecoms go too early, then you do need Dowsing Machine to retrieve them, along with any other things like Great Catcher, Field Blower to stop the ability lock. You can grab anything you need. You can grab your actual recovery cards, and if need be, you can grab your searching cards, more VS Seekers, and including Chaotic Swell, which is very good against the Garbodor ability lock and Ultra Necrozma deck. And then, so we have all these items, and Scoop Up Nets obviously because we're using Shaman for the past day that we can use it. Trainer's Mail, for the last day we can use it. Ultra Ball, VS Seekers, and then 2 stadiums of Chaotic Swell just to get rid of those power plants. And then we have Guzma and Ninja Boy, and that's all we need for supporters realistically. I mean, try and find space for a Colress if you can, but it's just that because the deck's so high rolling, it's trying to find space for those things. And then, so that's all for this version, and then I'll just show you the Shaman banned version now. So this is the post-ban of Shaman version, which has just replaced the Shaman line, the 4 Shaman line, with double Dedenne, double Crobat. You can only use once per turn anyway, so it's just 2 of each. There's no point in any more of that. You do have 4 Quick Balls and 4 Ultra Balls to find them, and we also have replaced the Scoop Up Nets, as they are particularly no longer useful, with order pads. So order pads do help us find, say for example, necessary float stones, the battle compressors, such things like that. There is obviously, if you can make space for the Propagate Execute, that would be amazing in this deck, but because it's such a tightly knit 60 cards with such various amount of attackers in that you can Ninja Boy into, finding that extra spot would be difficult. And if I was going to put anything, it'd probably a single copy of Quick Ball. You keep the Ultra Ball because you need to Crobat for as many cards as possible. So that's it for the deck anyway. Give it a go, and I will get back to you with some games just now. So we are here for our first game, and we will flip a Tails, because birds have them, apparently. And we'll see what we can do here. This is the Shaman version, so I'll play 1 game with each. We do not want the Raikou in play. We don't particularly want the Zamazenta in play. We don't want any of our attackers, but these things happen from time to time. Very unfortunate. So we do get 2 mulligans. We do have Float Stone. Very good. Very nice. So into the deck ye go. Into the discard even. Captain Ho-Ohs. And we will also discard the energy for Raikou, because I think we potentially want to be Ninja Boying into our Marshadow here to copy the Raikou in the discard, since our Zamazenta is already in play. But if we take a knockout on Zamazenta, then we'll be able to copy that as well. So we are just going to start with the Grass Lightning and Steel, and get rid of this. Yeah, we're just going to have to go for Marshadow relatively quickly. So I think this is the thing we're going to get here. We do have Scoop Up Net, so I'm not going to do that just yet. I am going to Quick Ball away another Quick Ball and just fail it in a bid to Shaman for some more cards. And what do we have? Let's try our Ho-Ohs, sorry. And we do flip into it, so we shall see if my opponent has Fighting Fury Belt or has the turn 1 full blitz. If they have full blitz and great catcher, we're then going to have to flip again for Hello next turn, which will be infuriating. But as it stands, that is just a perfect place to leave our hand on. So we see a Trainer's Mail for my opponent, grabbing himself an Ultra Ball, hopefully discarding himself some energy, grabbing Coco, and all the rest of the shenanigans. Probably Shaman, as today is the very last day that we can use Shaman. I know people are probably going to attempt to abuse that as much as possible, hence why I am. But we'll play one game with the Shaman on this video, and one game without it. So yep, see another peek around, and the max elixirs start coming down. In this matchup, if we had... Oh, my opponent just scoops. That's very unfortunate, so we will just play another one with the Shaman build to begin with. So we are back for another game with our TasteTheRainbow.Dek. As I dubbed it, it's the Rainbow Bird and all its amazing rares to accompany it. And for whatever reason, we have another terrible hand. It's not great. So we'll go here, shuffling Hoa back into the deck because it needs to be battle compressed away anyway. Hopefully that doesn't become too much of a waste of a Pokemon communication, which it does not, which is good. So we'll get rid of this and this, get a Ho-Oh in the discard. I'm not going to be using N. We'll get our Pokemon communication back, and we will skip up like this. We need to find Battle Compressor. We need to find quite a lot of things, to be honest, and it's not looking great so far. We do finally have an Ultra Ball. So we'll get rid of this and this. We do still have a Pokeball, a Pokecam to put the Raikou back into the deck if I need to, because if I get the Raikou this turn, I do just immediately win. Unfortunately, not finding the right pieces so far, but we have this Shaman, Scoop Up Net, and hopefully if we find a Battle Compressor, there we go, there's a Battle Compressor, or one of anyway. So we need to put this, this, and a grass in the bin. There we go. We are going to get this out and go for another Shaman. This is where I'll draw my Raikou, I just know it. We don't, so it's not looking great. We are going to have to put this down, I think, and hopefully find an Ultra Ball or a Quick Ball. That's all I need, an Ultra Ball or a Quick Ball, or another Battle Compressor. It's not going well. That's what I mean about the high roll of this deck. Let's see. If need be, I will just sing with Clefairy, because that will be the best option to do. And that's what it's looking like, because that is the most, out of 3 Shamans, the most tragic thing that's ever happened. Okay. we really need to do something here. So we're going to have to revive one of these, unfortunately. I don't want to, but... let's rebirth. We get heads. So we've got those. And grass and this allow us to attack with Zacian. So I think we'll just go here. And it's weak to water, so we can just retreat, thankfully. Do a bit of damage to Shaman, force him to scoop it up or something. And we do just win, I think. So, grass, steel, lightning. And yeah, after a very rocky start, we do just find our own Raikou and win the game with amazing shot. So that's what this deck does. And now I've demonstrated sort of the general how this deck works. Have a go with it. It's plenty of fun, and I'll be right back with the next one. So we are back for another one, and it seems we are against some kind of similar. Yeah, this is the deck. This is my deck that people are determined to copy. So this is what I was saying at the start of the video. Shows kind of speaks for itself, but it's not quite the same because he's playing a Max Elixir variant. I think Max Elixir is sort of pointless in a deck that you're playing Ho-Oh in. That's just my opinion on it, but we shall see. So we'll go order part and try and find ourselves an Ultra Ball, which we do find. We could even find ourselves another Battle Compressor, which may potentially be better. Yes. We'll find ourselves Compressor. And we'll Viridian this away for a Lightning that we need in a discard. And we will Battle Compressor our Ho-Ohs away. And one of every other type that we need. Well, that's them. What else do we need? We haven't got a Steel in the discard. And we will have a Lightning. So let's get the Steel. And we probably won't need the N as we'll be taking the first knockout. So where is it? There's the Steel. Please be in deck. Yeah, Steel, Psychic, and well, the N's prize. So you know, brilliant, of course. I think we have more outs to hit a Ninja Boy if we do Compressor 1 into the discard, so it'll make it easier to find. We'll find another Ultra Ball, so that will allow us to detonate after this initial Ultra Ball. I forgot to check to see if our second Crobat is prized. With any luck, it is not. Oh, there we go. So, Crobat. Here we go. And don't need Guzma in the deck, I don't think. We will Battle Compressor again. Yep, get everything out of the deck. Everything that we don't want. I don't think I will be needing Rayquaza in this matchup, and I don't think I'll be needing Dashin, and I don't think I'll be needing another Chaotic Swell. So we don't mind losing them, because at the end of the day, if he does like Field Blow this and put in another Viridian Forest, it just means that we've got energies to find ourselves then. So, yeah, we're not going to need the Zamazenta, and we're not down any Pokemon communications yet, I do not think. So we'll just Dedenne this hand away. Obviously, as you can tell, it's not as fast as the Shaman build, which you could mitigate by potentially trying to play Subscription Nets, but I mean, not Subscription Nets, Acrobikes potentially, just to give it a bit more speed, considering you can only use one Dedenne and one Crobat per turn. So, talking of which, we are just going to do that. And we did not find, unless we find a Ninja Boy or a VS Seeker here. There we go, Ninja Boy. So we need to hit one of our Ho-Ohs. Yes, there we go. So, Grass, Lightning, Steel. Touch here. Ninja Boy, this, into the Raikou, and we'll take out my opponent's Raikou and drop damage on this Ho-Oh, which is very good. If we had Great Catcher, that would have been even better, but the fact that we can only damage this once is kind of frustrating. So we've removed the Zenji from play, thankfully, and after playing this guy earlier, we know that he plays Wishful Batons, so killing that thing off now was much more effective, and he actually drew the lightning for turn as well. And there's this Wishful Baton that I was talking about. So see Shamans, and he must be hoping for his Max Elixirs, and not only to find them but to hit them for the appropriate energy. And this is why I don't like this build that my opponent seems to be playing. And we get End, which is all I could really ask for, because my opponent needs to hit Max Elixirs and a Floatstone or a Scoop Up Net. And yes, we do win the mirror or a similar sort of mirror match in spectacular fashion, as the straightforward Battle Compressor the Ho-Ohs away is a much more superior build. So that's all for the battles anyway. I think they've demonstrated exactly what the deck does, and I'll just come back to the deck list right now. So we are back with the deck list, and this is the Shaman version. This is only going to matter for about 20 hours more, so if you see it in that time and want to test it out, well done, like good for you. It's such a fun deck, it's unbelievable. Like, I know it's like ridiculously high roll, but when you hit those heads, or when you hit those things and you don't prize your attackers in the right way, it's just such good fun. Like, Raikou is an insane card, and potentially you could knock the Raikou up to 2. So this is the Shaman version, and then just to get out of here, I will go and open up the Shaman Band version, which just plays 2 Dedenne and 2 Crobat as their replacements. Do not forget when you play this deck that you can only use one of each per turn, because otherwise you'll just overbench yourself and may potentially not even be able to bench a Ho-Oh as well. And make sure you never do that as well, never bench yourself out before rebirthing a Ho-Oh, because I think as a Ho-Oh player, I think maybe we've all been there. Let's hope it's not just me that's bad. So yeah, again, the Rayquaza can help take out some ridiculous threats, because 80 times 4, which is potentially, if you have a 4th energy of which isn't the attack cost, you are hitting for 320. So it just annihilates things realistically, annihilates tag teams, something disgusting, and a lot of the VMAX as well, Lapras VMAX and all sorts. Not that you see much of that in Expanded. So yeah, not really much more to say about this deck. There's only one Psychic, because honestly you don't really use Zacian that much, but it's just there because, you know, TasteTheRainbow.Dek, that's the whole point of this thing. So as a quick update, as of, what day are we on now? Today's the 23rd. As of 5 days ago, I became a father to my lovely, beautiful, wonderful daughter called Sapphire. and due to this, I'm not going to be posting as much content as I used to. So I'm very sorry that that's the case, but at the same time, my daughter is not my life, so Anna will have taken over my life. I will try and get content out to you guys as much as possible, but that just simply cannot ever be a promise ever again. Thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. It'll be absolutely wonderful to have more followers and stuff for when I do have more time on my hands. And I will see you again soon for the next video. Peace out, guys.